What up? Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to this stream, this thing I'm doing. Happy Sunday night. I hope everybody's enjoying their Sunday evening. I hope nobody's missing the closing ceremonies for the Olympics. I'm not sure if that's tonight or not, but here I am playing a game on the internet because my wife's at work. Hi, I'm Ethan. Hello. I think it's just Mo's here right now, which is great. But that's fine. That's fine. I can stream to just Mo's. Hello. How's it going, everybody? If there is any everybody out there, welcome. Welcome. Hello. Let me get the chat going over here. I don't know where anything is. It's me. Hello. Do I sound good? How does everything look and also vibe and sound? The camera's over here. I don't know why I keep thinking the camera's over there. It's not over there. It's over here. Hello. I'm gonna eat a grape. While the vibes are quiet. I am all you need. Great. Excellent. I got pickle here too, so everything's good. Everything's good. All right. Okay. I have not streamed in Camera's here, Ethan. Camera's right here. Look at the camera, which is over here. Where the light is. The camera's where the light is. Oh, man. It's been a long day already. It's been a long day already. And the freaking OBS window doesn't quite go as small as I need it to. So that's fine. We're gonna be living with that. We're gonna be living with that over here. Figuring this out in real time. I think I'm gonna start doing this a couple times a week, hopefully, because I've got a wife that works a bunch. So, oh, I should turn the music off. It's probably loud because it doesn't actually turn down when I. And I'm having microphone stand issues. Everything's going wonderfully so far. Everything's fantastic. Where is the music playing from? There's the music playing from. There we go. There we go. I guess I could just turn it down. It's probably a little dramatic. Why does this not have a volume thing on it? Whatever. I'll figure it out later. Okay. Hello. The lovely people. Hello. You cannot hear music. Okay. So desktop audio is a lie. Wonderful. Got it. Okay. That's what I have Mo's here for, is to let me know that desktop audio is in fact a lie and I don't know how to use OBS, but everything's fine. Except for this mic stand, which is decidedly not fine. It cost me over $100. Which is great because it breaks all the time, which is wonderful. Am I in focus? Yeah, I think so. I think everything's good. I think I'm ready to roll. I think so. Great. Okay. Let's see. It says 2 concurrent viewers, which is more than one. It is a liar. Okay. Mose, do you know how I would make like sound from the desktop play over the OBS? Do I have to like add that? Or is that going to be part of video capture device? I should move the chat over here, is what I've learned. I should move the chat over here because if I, oh God. Yo, it's Jesse. Hello. Okay, so. Oh my God, the music for this game is jaunty as hell. And it keeps playing when I click into the game window. All right, well, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna get cooking. I'm gonna get into it. Gonna stop messing with my camera. Maybe I'm not gonna stop messing with my camera. Okay. Team. Chat. I need you to tell me what I should name my. So I'm playing a city builder today. Okay, a colony sim, a city builder, something like that. And I need to know what I should name my. Oh my God, I need to know where I should throw my mic stand so that it can exist in the ether where it belongs. But I need to know what to name my little beaver colony thing. So drop ideas for a name, and because that's the first thing I have to do is name it. There's no option to proceed before naming. Sorry to keep messing with my camera. I just don't love this shot I'm getting. It's fine. It's fine. I'm going to stop screwing with it. All right. Hello. Ethanopolis. That's an option. That's an option. We could go with that. Tons of beavers. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're getting some options rolling in. Tons of beavers. Beaver ton. Those are the same thing. We'll probably go with actually Beaverton is what I called my first. Oh, Beaverly Hills is that. Yeah, that's a good one. Beaverton is what I called my first city. The first time I played this game was Beaverton, and then I went with New Amsterdam, which was the second one. I've played this game like a little bit. I'm excited to show you guys this one. This one's fun. So we're gonna go with Beaverly Hills, and we're gonna go ahead and get locked in and get started. You guys are gonna have to let me know if you can in fact hear the game sound once we move over to the game version, which I'm gonna do now. Which I think did that work? Did that work? Can you guys hear the jaunty music? I'm hearing too much of the jaunty music. Can you still hear the me? That's the real question. I think so. Should be able to. Yeah, right? Yeah. Okay. Remains to be seen if we can hear the jaunty music, but we're going with Beaverly Hills. No music, but you can. Okay, so how would I get game audio to cooperate in OBS? That's the real question. Thank you for bearing with me while I figure out the technicalities of audio output capture. Now can you hear the jaunty music? Well, when I don't click out of the friggin' thing. I am using game capture, yeah. Okay, so now we can hear the jaunty music. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get started then here in Beaverly Hills. So this game is called Timberborn, and I discovered it on a lark, looking for games to play that ran on Mac, because I have an Apple laptop, and this was like a new one that was highly recommended, and it is just darling. I've come to quite enjoy this silly little beaver game. Yeah, I'm working on getting. How's that? Is that now too quiet? Oh my God, there's 2 people in this stream that are gonna call me daddy, huh? Is that a thing that's gonna happen? I think that's a thing that's gonna happen. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit start. Okay, so as you guys can see, this is the. Oh God, I gotta remember how the controls work on this thing. There we go. So as you guys can see, this is Timberborn. So it's like a city builder, or like a colony sim that stars these little beavers, these little guys right here, and they are just adorable, and they get little jobs and stuff, and I cannot for the life of me remember how to play this controls on this game. The camera stuff. There we go. There's got to be an easier way to do that. So that now the audio is gone, is what you're saying? There's no more audio. Thanks, Vin, for yeah. I appreciate you heckling me. Is it too quiet? Is it too quiet? Maybe it's too quiet. There we go. Okay. So this is the world that they inhabit. This little beaver area. And it's like any city builders, any kind of colony sim. You have to, meet their needs and everything, and it's going to take us through a little tutorial joint. And I need to make the resolution smaller. what? Hold on. I don't have access to all of my things for some reason right now. Okay. Give me 30 seconds here to... I got... Oh, good. Ignore me. Ignore me. I just need... 1920... Nope, now that sucks. Okay. Hold on. There we go. Okay, I didn't have access to all of my little tools that I needed. So now we're good. Now I have the things I need. So there's a little tutorial, which is not great because the mission, it's over here behind my head. So that's fun. I would love it if it was over here, but whatever. Okay, so these are the beavers. These are my little guys, and I have to build them a little city so they can be happy and they can live together. And there's a couple challenges that'll come into play here. There can be droughts, which is when the water dries up. I mean, you guys know what a drought is. I don't have to explain droughts to grown humans. And then this is called bad water, which is like water, but bad. And the thing about bad water is that it's toxic to the beeves, and they don't like it. And they don't want to drink it, and they don't want to get it on their fur. But they do want to get regular water on their fur. Lots and lots of regular water. They like water. They like all kinds of things. They mostly like water, is what I found. It's sort of like a water management game more than kind of anything. But I've had a lot of fun with it, and it's just adorable, and it's very charming, this like world the beavers inhabit. So I've got to go here into my wood menu and create what's called a lumberjack flag, which will tell the beavers where I want them to, and this is how I do that. Yeah, okay. It'll tell the beavers where I want them to cut trees down. And then just make a little path here, go here and here. And I got to connect that to this. This is like City Hall for them, this little building here. And so take it over there, and that is good. And then they will build that. They will get in here and just chop away at it. Like that. Look at these guys. Look at these little guys. Aren't they just adorable? Don't you just love them? I just love them. I started playing this game and I was like, I can't believe this game is it's so precious. Ignore me as I drink bloom out of my Owala. Anyway, so now they've done with this, and it's connected to paths, and so now I have to tell them which trees to cut. And so we're going to have them cut down these little trees here by selecting that, and then they'll go to work. They will collect the trees. They'll cut them down with their mouths, because that's their primary cutting method. Is their mouths. I can't get myself into the frame today. So they're going to do this. They're going to hang out. We're going to need to mark that tree and that tree. At some point, we'll get to grow more trees because we need more trees, but you can never have too many trees, is what I've learned from this game. Is there's never too many trees. They will be running out constantly. But now I need water, because the beeves want water more than anything. They love water, so they need a little water pump. And I'm gonna regret putting that there at some point, I think, but it is there right now, so that's where it's gonna be for the moment. And then I just gotta... Vince says the beeves could be cuter. I mean, it's just sort of the like style of the game. I don't know. I mean, I think they're good. I think they're adorable. Whoa, it is. Anybody hear that wind? It is windy as heck here. Oh, there's the freaking... I'm remembering how the controls work now. All right, that's what I want. Okay, sorry. Just bearing with me here while I remember how things work. I like the guides. That makes everything easier. Okay. So they sleep at night usually. Well, they will eventually sleep when it gets late enough. And eventually I have to build them little houses. But currently I need to finish connecting this to water source. And then they will build it in the morning. We're just gonna speed through until the morning, which is now. And the beeves will wake up. And then they'll start. That one is gonna go chop down some trees, maybe? Is that your job? Are you the chop down the tree one? Yeah, you're the chop. Nope. Nope, you're the builder one. So I've got the game on easy because I'm a pussy and I don't really need that much of a challenge. You can. That's actually what I was about to get to, T. Is you can in fact name the bee. Get back here. Get back here. There we go. So this one is Uagaduth. Uagaduth. Yeah, Uagaduth. Uagaduth. Yeah, let's go with that. And so I can change his name to Barnabas or something like that. I don't know. Whatever. So at some point I'll start naming the beeves. They do die though, and so there will be this little box down here will come up with beaver facts and stuff. Currently they're not happy with their shelter level, but I have to finish building the water pump before I can do that. But they're taking forever to build the water pump. So yeah, these are my charming little guys, and there's a beaver menu around here somewhere. This is the one. This game is still in early access, so it's not like it's about to come out for real, in a couple weeks, but which I think it'll be probably a pretty big quality of life update, but it's not always obvious where the menus and stuff are, but there's a pretty good amount of information. I've got my beaver population here, children, adults, and then this once I get houses, this will tell me all of my housing information, jobs and resources and stuff. This is kind of a resource management game, more than a builder, I would say. But it's resource management in a fun way. They've definitely found a way to make it charming, more so than a game like Banish was. So, gatherer flag. That's my next mission. Is now we're gonna harvest some berries over here. It kind of slow walks you through the beginning part of the game in every save file. I haven't found a way yet to not be part of the game. There's a big research component. If you look down here, all of the little things that are locked here will be unlocked through research, and eventually you'll get into science and stuff. And it's a very linear progression. You have to unlock wood to build planks. You have to unlock planks to build buildings. You have to unlock buildings to build metal and all that stuff. And it's a big. What are you eating? You're making I'm eating something noise. Sorry, my dog's in here. Anyway, now the gatherer flag has been built and it's time to farm. Okay. Farming is the thing that I'm least good at in this game, is maintaining a farmed food source. So I'm going to put the farm right here next to City Hall. I'm going to connect that. And the issue with farming right now is the farmed... What are you doing? The farmed land has to be green like this. It has to be watered. Which is an easy thing to change, but is also a constant thing that's in flux. There will be a draft here. Not a draft. A drought. A draft. There'll be a drought here shortly. And this water will dry up and things will start to become this kind of arid color. And then you really don't want this color, which is the grossness of the bad water, which I guess is rust water, I would assume. That's kind of what it looks like. Probably not blood. It looks a little bit like blood. But so I got to build a farm now. And the trick with the farming is the farming has to be done on this fertilized green land. Can I name one 3 rivers? Absolutely. All right, T, pick. We're gonna go with Trollgar, and we're gonna name him 3 rivers. If you'd like a beeve named, just LMK in the comments. And by comments, I mean chat. So we're going to build this farmhouse. And then eventually I'm going to have him come over here and unblock this thing. But we can get a little bit further into the farming first before we do that. I'm getting a little ahead of myself here, so I'm just gonna let them finish this farmhouse. Barnabas grew up. He is no longer an adult or a child or whatever. Oh my goodness, it's Itzel. I met you in Chicago? Chicago. It was a great day. I'm pretty sure it was Chicago. We play a lot of city wineries, so it was one of two places. I remember where. I'm pretty positive it was Chicago. Anyway, welcome. Hi, this is my live stream. This is my YouTube channel. This is Timberborn. I only need like 99,950 more people to get a play button. Which is great. That's not even that many. Tyler's sending me things. All right. Are they done with this farmhouse yet? No, they are not. Paul Rankin. Can I name one Marshall Mello? I absolutely can. Paul, which of these beavers that is not Three Rivers or Barnabas would you like named after you? I'll let him know. He'll let me know when he responds. Finish the farmhouse. Okay, they're going to sleep. It's day 3. I'm gonna try not to if you speed up a lot, it goes pretty fast and things get pretty out of hand pretty quick. So I'm gonna try for the purpose of the stream to keep it kind of vibey and just like not really overcook the speed on this one. But I will they don't really do anything overnight, right? Until I get later in the game. So I'll probably speed through most of the evenings. So they can finish building this. It's a wanna beaver named after them as well. Okay, I'm not gonna wait for people. We're just gonna start naming people. And they get different jobs and stuff. Okay, this one's gonna be Itzel. And this one is going to be Marshall Mello. Okay. Unfortunately, oh, that's why they haven't built. I did the path. Guys, look at this. Look at this crap. Every building is a door, and you got to connect it to a path. And I did the path wrong, because I'm an idiot. Because I did the path wrong. You should know this too. It's fine. It's not a big deal. How do I delete the path? I don't remember how to delete the path. I'm just gonna go like that. And I think I gotta delete it. Demolish buildings. There we go. If by any chance the devs of this wonderful game are watching, I would love an opportunity to just like delete path without having the delete building thing go. And that may be the case and I'm just stupid, but I don't know. Anyway, it's time to make a farm. I gotta plant some carrots, 100 carrots. So I go over here to the plant crops button. Nope, that's trees and stuff. Plant crops button. I can find it. Carrots. And then we're gonna drag out a 10 by 10 sheet of carrots. Not quite enough. That many carrots. There we go. There we go. All right. And they're going to start planting these carrots. And I got a couple other things to build now while that's happening. What are you eating now? What are you eating now, silly boy? My dog's just finding things in this room to eat. He's good at that. Okay. Got to build we're going to storage now. Build a large pile. I'm going to put this here next to my wood. And then I'm going to build 3 small tanks. And those are going to go, 2 of these are going to go right here next to my water pump. Put the 3rd one right here for the moment. And then my guys are going to go out building them. Well, I can go ahead and switch this so it accepts logs. Now we're into the resource management stage of this game, where they will start just like loosely filling up these things. As long as there's trees, they'll fill this up with logs. And as long as there's water available, the water pump will continue to fill these guys up, as long as the amount of water that's coming out of this water pump is not immediately needed by the beeves to get about their daily business. And I'm eating a grape. Because that's my dinner. Girl dinner. I've got some almonds and some grapes for girl dinner. That's what we're going with. So, how are my beeves doing? They're not very happy, but that's fine. They're still in tutorial mode. They haven't even gotten houses yet because the tutorial has not seen fit to grant them houses or shelter or anything else. So, as soon as they're done with these tanks, though, that will start to change. That will start to change. That's what I wanted. That's it. I want to be over here. I like this better. Still figuring out the streaming thing, chat. Still figuring it out. Still figuring out how to not put my hand in front of my face while I'm talking. And sometimes they build this stuff really slow. But it's nice because I can eat grapes. I like that Three Rivers assigned himself to work at the water pump. Because they all have a job, right? Well, they don't all have a job. Actually, right here, if I go in the menu, it'll tell me which one of them have jobs. No, wait, is this the one? Workplaces, yeah. Can you customize the buildings? No, currently no. Although I do believe that there's already like quite a mod support going on, but this is kind of the vanilla game. But no, currently the buildings just kind of come as they are. And there's only a few maps and stuff that come with the game. It's like I said, it's in early access. Very, very late stage though. It's pretty much a complete game. I think there's stuff that they haven't gotten to yet in the actual released game. But no. So the buildings are not customizable as far as I know, but there are different tribes. So like this is what I didn't show you at the beginning from the start screen because I only have one unlocked. There are different like beaver tribes, the folk tales and I don't even remember what the second ones are called at this point. But I imagine that they have different buildings. I'm imagining. I would guess they have different buildings. But I'm not positive about that. That might not be true. Okay. Construction lacks materials. No, so this game is not actually paying me at all. I just fell in love with this. So I have tried to my whole life since I've loved city builders when I was a kid. I played SimCity when I was like a wee youth, like a long time ago, before you were born. And aside from like a little bit of a foray into City Skylines when I was, when that first came out in 15, I was never really like that into another city builder. So this was the first one that kind of captured my imagination. I just saw a trailer for it and was like, I gotta try this beaver game. And there's actually another one that's mice that I'm interested in checking out called Whiskerwood, something like that. But I would certainly accept a sponsorship for this game. I love this game. It is just, I just think it's marvelous. I just think it's so charming. So no, they're not paying me, but I would love that. But this is my city, and it's growing up nicely. And by growing up nicely, I mean we're building water tanks, and that's it so far. It's just water tanks. 3 of them. I gotta set them to water, I think. Or is this one filling? No, this one's filling. Excellent. So this can contain 30 units of water, which will sustain like a couple of these beavers for like minutes. If you look right here, it'll tell you, this is a just like snapshot of what my beavers are up to. You got happiness here, and then how many adults and children you have. And then this one I keep an eye on all the time. You got beds and jobs here, and so I've got a beaver, an adult beaver that doesn't have a job to do at the moment. And then I have 12 adult beavers, or 12 beavers total, who don't have places to live. And they will not make more beavers until I get them houses, which I have to do, but I'm waiting for the tutorial to keep cooking. So their happiness will not continue to go up until they do a bunch of stuff. But involved in that is them building these tanks, and this is the last one. Just waiting on materials, waiting on these beavers to cut down these trees right here, and then they're gonna bring the logs over to here, and then they're gonna build them. And then they go super slow. What's your name, friend? You are Stackviz. Stackviz. And he, so here, let me take this opportunity. There's all kinds of things that the beavers need, and I really haven't gotten like too deep into this game to get to some of this stuff. Like I don't know what awe is, right, for these things. I'll find that out at some point, but yeah, you got their basic needs, and then they're, you know, I've gotten down to some of the other things. They have social stuff. They've got, you know, places they can hang out, and that'll, you know, all that'll come into play here in a minute. As soon as they finish this godforsaken water tank. Decker, what you working on, buddy? What you doing? Are they done? No, not quite. Are they going to be done today is the question. Or am I going to have to wait until tomorrow night? I mean, tomorrow day. Maybe? Nope, it is done. Great. Okay. Man, it's crazy that we get to build warehouses for the carrots and stuff before we get to build houses for the beavers and stuff. But we're going to build a warehouse. Well, 2 to be precise, actually. 2 medium warehouses. And I'm not doing a ton of planning right now because I'm just trying to take this kind of casually for the stream and not be like, yeah, I played this game much. I really haven't. But I know I'm already breaking some valuable rules that the game will teach all of us together in due time. Because there's a kind of way that the beeves want it done, you know. They're a little picky. This one especially. What's your name, friend? Who works at the farm? Farm. Barnabas works at the farm. Barnabas, Marshall Mello, and Erlo. Those are my farmer beavers. Farmer beavers. I do love the music for this game. I've actually never listened to it because I usually just listen to podcasts and stuff while I play video games, but the music is delightful and jaunty. So it is day 4. We should be coming up on a drought here pretty soon, which then you guys can see what that happens. So we got this whole area that we can terraform at some point, and then, you know, eventually you want to try to mitigate the issues so that you're not blasted by droughts and by bad water. The bad water will eventually just come rushing down all these pipes. And that doesn't go well. You know, we don't love it when the bad water be coming around. All right, the beavers are done working for the day. So they're going to go to sleep. Hopefully tomorrow, beavers, we can build you a place to sleep. Hopefully. They don't sleep a lot. Although these ones are just sleeping on the farm. I guess they are the farmer beavers. They're wearing the farmer hats. So they get to sleep on the farm, maybe. I don't know. All right, set this one to carrots. So that's how you choose your resources that they can, and everything can hold one type of goods, basically. So carrots and berries is what we got right now, because we planted carrots, and then the berries are naturally occurring around here. You know, all up through here and everything. And sometimes it's nice to just sit here and watch them do the thing. They just be beavin'. this one's just sitting here waiting. Be able to pick more berries. Because he and or she is out of space to put those berries. Oh god. These camera controls could be a little less sensitive if I'm being completely honest with you. I guess it rotates at 90 degrees. That's I don't know, I played this game for like 2 weeks and then started playing City Skylines, and that has a similar but quite different control set, which is annoying. We're about to get into some of the good stuff. Because then they'll start building more beavers. Building? Building's not the word I meant there. Building is definitely not the word I meant there. Now, I know how beavers... Well, I don't specifically know how beavers are made. I've got a decent idea how manimals? He goes on a live stream and forgets how to talk. It's a wonderful choice. Anyway, I have a pretty good idea of how mammals get born. But not specifically beavers. There could be some trick to that I don't know. They do have the tail flappy guys. Things. These guys. Tails. Oop. 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 I'm amazed how close you can get to this game without the texture breaking. Manimals. Okay. I need these beavers. The tree choppy beavers. Actually, I got one that doesn't have a job. I can build another freaking flag. Another freaking woodchopper flag. And then this last beaver that doesn't have a job will come over here and cut these trees down. Oh my goodness, I'm so... There we go. You know, just cut all these trees down while we're at it. I don't need any of these. I don't need any of these trees. What are they good for? Nothing. These won't even grow more trees. What am I doing here? Well, they'll eventually grow more trees because I can, you know, put more water in here at some point. A little bit. I can figure something out. Oh, it's time for science. That's what we got next. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking with logs. Decidedly not gas. Now we're cooking with logs. So now it's time for them to build science. And with science, we can get this freaking microphone stand to cooperate. Maybe, listeners, we can get this freaking microphone stand to cooperate. I paid so much money for this thing. Blue, you owe me a new microphone stand, you jerks. It just droops. Here you go, puppy. You can have some cheese. So they're building the science. Now it's going to have to wait till tomorrow. And then in the morning, do I like shamrock shakes? I have never actually had a shamrock shake. Mint is something I've only really come to enjoy recently. And so I've never actually managed to get around to having a shamrock shake. I might. I don't know. I don't have a clue. Like in principle, it makes sense to me. Oh, I'm speeding. Science guy is done. Now they'll build science. They'll earn science points for these guys right here. And that's how you unlock stuff. All of this other stuff. So like, you know, stairs and bridges and houses for your freaking guys. So now it's time to build 6 houses. Right there. And we'll go ahead and connect them to the path. So they can get into... So they can get into their houses once they're built. And now they'll be happy. And if they're happy and they have a place to live, they'll make more beavers. And that's how the colony grows. So they're going to come down here and they're going to construct these little houses. And these are just the smallest houses. There are bigger ones. Filled with more beavers. I have. So I pick up the Civilization games once every couple years and just really give them a good old shake. And then, you know, forget about it. And then do it again. I've always loved those games. It's something I've actually been considering streaming. Because I love those kind of like RTS games like that. Sometimes. I guess that's not real time. That's decidedly not real time. Decidedly turn-based. Those games are fun. Those games are a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoy that type of game. I thoroughly enjoy this type of game. I'm not much of like a shooting bang bang gamer. I never really have been. Well, that's not true. I played a lot of Halo, but other than that, I really haven't been. I played a lot of Halo. And Tyler Carlin's still here. He can attest to that I played a lot of Halo. Which, you know, is something I could do on stream, I guess. That would be really embarrassing, though. Nobody wants to see me play Halo in the year of our Lord 2026. Nobody wants to see that happen. Look at these guys just building their little mossy huts. Little mossy guys. Tori in chat says the Grimace Shake was better than the Shamrock Shake. I didn't have the Grimace Shake either. What flavor was the Grimace Shake? Because like purple is an unappealing color for food. Like really unappealing. What did it taste? Was it like berry? Was it like berry? I don't know. What do we think Grimace tastes like is the question. And do we want to know the answer to that? Because I don't think we do. Wow, it really does take them a long time to build stuff in single motion. They be slow. 3 of them have homes, though. It has a vaguely blueberry milk vibe. Okay. So it is berry, but like alarmingly. There's definitely some... It was a vaguely blueberry milk vibe, but there was definitely something else happening. You also say blueberry milk vibe, like blueberry milk is a typical flavor of milk. Like you can go get like Nestle blueberry. That might be true. Gen Z's ruined everything. So that if that's true, then I don't know. But guys are just building away. I do wish, you know, Paul raises a great point. It would be really nice if you could kind of like mess with the like you could mess with the buildings a little bit and change up the vibes, but alas, you cannot. Alas, you cannot. They just look like this. Some of the buildings are quite charming. I mean, that's true. I do like the science building. Like this one's. It's also like wood. I swear that didn't work earlier. How do I zoom in and out? Is it just that? Okay, whatever. A Bucky's mod would be fun. A Bucky's mod would be fun, Paul. That is very true. Bet they just like fill up these little boxes full of blueberries. Little blueberries. And then I guess ostensibly this one will be full of carrots at some point. We're almost done with carrots. They made a blue Fantastic Four branded milk. I'm certain you can get blueberry milk somewhere. Yeah, but I mean, like, it's not like it's not like a standard milk flavor. Like, it's not one of the Neapolitan milks, you know. You got vanilla, I mean, you know, like regular milk, chocolate milk, strawberry milk, like the Neapolitan flavors. Yeah. I don't know if I call regular milk vanilla. Vanilk. Yeah, and what did the blue Fantastic Four milk taste like? I mean, listen, if you're out here buying Fantastic Four collab milk, I don't know if I can help you, man. I can get a milk frother to blueberries and we can have a party. I'm not asking for blue milk. Blueberry milk. I guess it'd be purple. I'm not asking for it. I'm not Percy Jackson. What flavor will we call regular milk? Just milk flavor, I guess. Milk's a flavor. How would you describe milk as a flavor? Like if you were like if somebody had never had milk before and they were like, hey, what does milk taste like? What would you say? What does milk taste like? These are the questions I get to ask the chat because they can't like immediately respond. There's like a delay. So I can't look at them. Milk. That was me reading a chat. These guys are taking forever to build these little houses. Days. Beaver days. This one's just hammering. Hammering away. Thick is not a flavor, though. Like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Rar. But thick is not a flavor. You know what? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and it's time to destroy the thing. Yeah. Yeah, thick, not a flavor. All right, we got one more beaver house to go. It's almost done. It's cool, like you can build on top of stuff. I guess I forgot to say that earlier. It's quite a vertical game when it actually gets like cooking. I guess it says it over here. Other buildings can be built on its top. That's not true of all buildings. Like I don't think you can build anything on the science building or these guys. Like the houses are like that. The warehouses are like that. You can get quite vertical. All right. Let's Fast forward through the night. Hey, my beavers have reached 4 happiness, 4 well-being. Because now they all have homes. None of them are homeless anymore. They love not being homeless. The beavers crave shelter. I'll tell you that for free. But now they're excited and they're making new beavers. I have 14 beavers now instead of 12. And they're going to build this last house. And then we're going to move on to something else. Goals. It appears that my beavers do not have iron teeth yet, Jesse, actually, since that's a thing I need to update. Not update, unlock. Oh, no, the iron teeth are a new... That's the other tribe. Never mind, I finally remembered. Yeah, it is kind of like Zoo Tycoon, for sure, and that is a game I have not played in so long and desperately want to. But it is definitely more of like a survival game than anything. Like, is where it ends up coming on in, is that because you gotta take care of the beavers. You know, they really want. Sorry, just that was brain no work. Okay, I gotta build a path over here, otherwise they're not gonna delete this thing. They're really picky about the paths, is what I've learned. They really need stuff to be connected by paths. That's what they want desperately. Okay, now it's time to power. Now we're cooking. Gotta build a water wheel. I'm gonna put it over here. Right there. No, I'm gonna put it right. Hold on. Where do I want my water wheel? Where do I want my water wheel? Oh my god. The friggin' text box is really annoying. Yeah, right there. That's what I want. And then they're going to build a water wheel. And then we have power. And power is important. Because almost everything that we haven't built already needs power. And so now we're in that part of the resource chain here. And we get power currently through the water. Because we've got all this nice, lovely running water. That comes down from this beautiful waterfall that's about to run out of water here in a couple days, if I would guess. So they're going to finish building this water wheel. And then I'm going to have to build some stuff that requires power. And then we're going to be able to build a bunch of cool things. And eventually we can build a bridge and go over here. And we can build stairs and go up here. Although sometimes there are like natural staircases on some of these walls. Yeah, like here. So I can connect here if I wanted to. Freaking come over here. Connect this path up to the warehouse. And then the beeves can go up here and harvest berries and stuff. Cut down more trees at some point. When they run out of trees down here, which is about to happen because I'm probably not going to replant this one for a minute. So they're going to have to come over here and chop these trees down with their teeths. How's my water wheel coming? 49%, 50%. Okay. Water wheel's cooking. We're getting power. Getting power. And then we're going to get water. And we're going to build a thriving beaver society. Probably dam it right here at some point. Or up here, I guess, actually, more likely. Hi, puppy dog. All right. My guy's still cooking on this. They are indeed. They are indeed. 68%, 70%. The music is getting progressively more dramatic. And they are almost done with the water wheel. Except it's probably going to have to wait until tomorrow. Because it's time for the beavers to take their union-mandated 8-hour sleep time. Not that I'm complaining. Like, I'm not, like, worried about the 8-hour workday of the beavers. You know, it's really not a big deal. And actually, they work 16 hours, but... Gotta finish up the water wheel here. Need one more log, which this guy's gonna provide. Thank you, Etzel. Oh, no, this is the log. Zala! There we go. All right. Now we've got 168 horsepower of power. And it's time to build stuff that needs that power. And by stuff, I mean the lumber mill. Which is the #1 thing that requires power right now. And they're going to build it. And I'm going to have to get rid of this tree. Don't mind me. Just getting rid of some trees. Because the beavers are very, very picky about their paths. They need everything to be connected just so. But once they build the lumber mill, then we can get planks. And planks are what you build basically everything else out of for the next part of the game. So, waiting on this to be done. And then we're off to the races. We will have 169 nice horsepower worth of power. Very particular about their paths. They are very particular about their paths. Which is fine. You know, they're animals. They want what they want. And I'm not here to deprive them of it. Building is connected to any district by any paths. Yeah, I know. I'm working on it. There we go. And the lumber mill is built. And now, we can build trees back. We can put new trees in because we can build the forester, which I have to unlock with science. So I spent 30 science points to build the forester, which I'm going to put over here for the time being, next to the warehouses. So I can have him put new trees in. And see, look, this is now full of water. So the green is expanding. There's more green now, which means more area that I can build trees and farm. And it'll just like leach over as far as the range goes. And then after that, no more. It's still arid. So you have to find new ways to irrigate and stuff like that. And like eventually, I'm gonna want to get like real water in here, like because this is where the bad water's coming from. And so there's ways to combat that, and you can get good water in there, and that'll help all this stuff out. You know, and you want to. Oh, what is in here? Huh. Interesting. Ooh. Cool. It's like a little cave. You can get mine. You can mine ore and not ore, metal. The opposite of ore. Well, not the opposite. Definitely not the opposite. All right, what now? They're still building the forester. Okay. Need a stable source of logs. That's true. That's true. You gotta make sure. You made my field Utah shaped. I made my field the shape of this box. But yeah, if that's Utah, then yeah, that's me. There's got to be a drought any minute. There's got to be a drought any minute. Sorry, just getting silly text messages from silly Williams out there. Various Williams of assorted silliness. All right. It's a new day in Beverly Hills. Shout out Jesse Henthorne for that name. Okay. Need more carrot storage at some point. But currently, all of my resources are going to doing the things that the tutorial is telling me to do. Because that's how the game wants me to play it. And that's fine. I just want to help my beavers out, you know? And there's only so much I can do at the moment. They're waiting on logs. Okay. So this guy doesn't have anything else to do. So we're going to turn this lumberjack flag off. And we're going to build him another one. Over. Nope. No, we're going to build another one over here. So they continue to mine those. About to be time for me to take a little break here in just a moment. But for the moment. All right, now you guys need to chop some more of these trees down. These dead trees, which are good for wood and nothing else. All right. How many more logs? Oh, we need two planks. That's what we're waiting on, is for the lumber mill to build planks. Planks, I have found, is the resource that I have the most trouble maintaining, is planks. And eventually gears, but planks is the big hang up. I cannot figure out the ratio of sawmills that I need. This game's a little counterintuitive to how I normally am able to make games make sense in my head, though, because it does require you to kind of like turn these guys on and off, like produce and then not produce. Because there will be times when you need the sawmill to be producing a whole bunch of planks, and then there are other times where you don't. Building lacks workers. How? What building? Oh, the forester. I need one of these beeves to grow up. everything else fully staffed? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay, I could probably pause a second. Lumberjack flag. No, not that one, though. That one. Yeah. Yeah, we'll pause that one for the moment. Now we're getting into it. All right, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking with logs. Plant birch. Okay. You know, I said I wasn't going to use this field for trees. I think I'm going to use this field for trees for the time being. So I'm going to plant some birches. No, wait. Obviously, don't do that. I put the forester over here. Obviously, Ethan. Come on. Okay, so we're just going to drag out the birch planting thing, and then the forester's going to get underway with that. And there's the tutorial. That's done. Now I'm on my own to ruin the lives of these beavers forever. I can no longer be stopped. At all. They're entirely in my control. And I will try to be a good steward of Beverly Hills. But we're on day 10, which means that before too long, this cycle will be over. And when the cycle is over, bad things happen to the community. Such as a drought or a bad tide. Although I do think I get a little bit of a reprieve from bad tides at the beginning of the game. So it should just be droughts that get us here today. You'll have to tune into a different stream in the future if you want to see what a bad tide is. I don't know if we're going to get that far tonight or not. It's only 9:30. We could do anything. Anything could happen tonight here in Beverly Hills. Anything. Well, probably not anything. It is still an early access game, so there's probably like a certain amount of things that can happen. Okay. What do I need to do first? I have 550 carrots. No, I have 550 food. I have 204 carrots. Not too many logs. 5 planks. Okay. Those trees are going to grow eventually. So what I'm going to do here to start is I'm going to work on building some new beaver houses. So I'm going to start by just sort of chucking a couple in here. Sort of opposite to where I put the first few. Not the most aesthetic thing in the world for the moment, but none of this should be permanent. So build them some new houses. They're gonna start with that. And then we can get some more beavers going. Because that's the trick, is we need a bigger population to sustain more workers. To harvest more resources, to sustain a bigger population, to get more workers, to sustain more resources, to sustain a bigger population, to sustain more workers, to get more resources, right? It's, you know how it goes. We're good on water. Not using nearly as much water as we have. We're good on food for the moment. That will change, obviously, because it's food. But for the moment, the beeves are doing, hey, look, new well-being. So if we go in here, then we can find out what the beeves are looking for. Wet fur is what they're missing right now as far as basic needs go. So that can be handled. Not in here. Those are different water methods. That is in well-being. That's what we got. Oh, here. I'm going to build some resources for the beavers first here. Just the things I don't have to unlock. So you got a campfire for vibing. A rooftop terrace, which I can put, well, I don't have stairs yet, so. And then we'll go ahead and put a couple of teeth grindstones in for them here. And then we'll do some showers for the beeves. Can't unlock shower, not enough science points. Okay, that's fine. Takes 50 science points to unlock a shower. It's no wonder these guys stink. In that right, Pickle? In that right, Pickle? 50 science points. Which is just like 2 more. So it's fine. Assign priorities. That's all I want. I really thought it would have happened by then. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't looking. That took so long. Just one more. There we go. Unlock shower. We're gonna build 3 of those. I do like that this game doesn't have money, and that it just like you can just put down whatever you want and it will get to it. Like when it gets to it, if you can create the resources. Instead of being like, oh, you don't have enough money to build that. You can't even plot it out yet because you don't have enough money. You have to have enough money in order to plot it out. Can't even put it down. You gotta have money. And then yeah, if I want to like say, hey, build this first, I can hit priority on that. It'll use logs for that before it uses logs for other things. It's a whole little priority scale for all of these things, and that's true for like workplaces. You can prioritize them so that they have, if they have extra, workers, those are the places to get filled first, like that. But I need some more beavers. I need them to make some new beavers. I should have used this field instead of this field. It would have looked better. But it's fine. There'll be trees. And eventually this will be more watered, and I can use this area for trees and stuff. Or this area over here. Because you can definitely get more water in here. But you might want to harvest all the metal first. I don't know. Need water. Water's the trick. Water is the major thing in this game. Water is the end all be all. Yeah, see, they're using the logs for this because it's first priority. And they just, they go about their little beaver lives. And they're so charming. And this one's just chilling here. Watching. Just follow this guy. See where he goes. Over here. Gonna hammer. Building this campfire so he and his buddies can hang out. Little baby beaver. Little tiny itty bitty beaver. Yeah, see, these are my little guys. This is my little city. I love them. I love them so much. And they're just beaving right along. So, Chad, how's it going tonight? Everybody having a good Sunday night? Everybody sad the Olympics is over? I'm sad the Olympics is over. That's why I'm doing this, is to try to avoid that kind of, like, melancholy of this thing I was doing that's, like, special for the past couple weeks is now no longer existent. But we did beat Canada at hockey, which is always a great day. Anytime you can beat Canada. Why are you always chewing on something? Why are you always chewing on something, Pickle? Always chewing on something, that dog. All right. Let's get through the night. Let's get through the night. Apologies if there's a lot of noise coming out of my window. It's very warm in this room, so there's a little window open in the back there. So these guys, see, they're just well, they're hanging out around their currently unlit campfire for some reason. Oh, I'm being requested to show you on camera, Pickle. Can you make some sniffy noises? He's unhappy. Oh, goodness. He's so unhappy. This is my guy, though. Hello. Say hello, Pickle. Say hello, Pickle. Can you say hello? Can you speak into the microphone? Hello, buddy. Hello, buddy. Alright, you can get down. He is an upsetto spaghetto after that. He does not love being hoisted sometimes. And sometimes he does. He doesn't want to see the sky. So Dalton, I've got 12 beaver adults and 6 beaver children for a grand total of 18 beavers right now. And they will continue to be born and making more new beavers. What are you chewing on? Where do you keep all this stuff to chew on, Pickle? But yeah, so all the little children beavers are hanging out around the sunlit campfire. And then the dads are building stuff. Houses for new beavers. And eventually they'll build these little grindstones so they can sharpen their teeth. And they're doing great. They're having a good old beaving time. You know? Just doing their damn thing. Do they live together in little beaver families? Yeah, so yes and no. Like, so they communally live together in these lodges, but I don't know that like family. Like I don't think it's that deep necessarily at this moment. But they will fill the lodges. So there are different size lodges. Housing. There we go. So you can get the normal ones sleep 3. You can get tiny ones that sleep 1 for some reason. Or you can get tall ones that are for 6, and then the big ones that are for 9. And so they go on top. They can go on top of each other. And at some point, I got to build stairs, but I have to unlock the stairs, and the stairs require science. Oh, actually, you know what? While we're at it, I'm just going to go ahead and schedule another science building to be built when we get around to it. Actually, we're going to prioritize that. I'm going to prioritize that over everything else. Because I need more science points to unlock stuff. I need that to go faster. We got enough beaver houses built at this point. We're going to prioritize that, and then we're going to secondly prioritize a grindstone. And I'm going to take like a little 3-minute break, and I will be right back with some more beaving. Hopefully they'll have gotten some of that stuff done by the time we get back. Hang out. Y'all be good. Welcome back to a beautiful new day in Beverly Hills. Chat, how's it going? The Beavs are chilling. They have gotten those construction projects that I asked them to do done, which was great. We got double science going now, which is wonderful because it means I can unlock lovely, lovely things like stairs. Stairs are the things I use the most, I would say, out of the unlocked stuff. It's kind of crazy. It doesn't just come built with stairs to begin with, but whatever. Stairs make it so, obviously, you can get on top of stuff. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a little area for my beeves to hang out on top of the houses. So, put paths in over here, put paths in over here. And, oh, I need another 100 science before I can unlock the platform. Oh my god. There's so much science involved. And by science, I mean like literally just like research points. That's it. There's no actual science involved. I want to make it very clear, the Beavs do not do any real science in this game. But they will build stairs, and stairs require planks, which is annoying. Everything requires planks. There's never enough planks, because there's never enough trees, because there's never enough wood, because there's never enough trees. Which, actually, just go ahead and build some more trees while we're at it. Put some pines in over here. For the time being. And also, hi, Ethan, Chris, and Kelly here. Kelly from softball? Because your name is 3 different names that aren't Kelly or Chris. So, hi, Kelly and Chris. I'm assuming it's Kelly and Chris. I only know one set of Kelly and Chris off the top of my head. Welcome to my stream. This is Timberborn. That's the name of this freaking game that I'm playing, is Timberborn. It's a city builder for beavers. So, they're planting trees. Can I? No. Okay, only one worker can work at the forester, which is annoying because I would like them to plant more trees faster. Because the trees take forever to grow. The trees take forever to grow. And by forever, I mean like a couple of days, so really not that long, but it is longer than I want it to be. But my beavers are building their showers now. Which is good, because once they get to 20 wet fur, they'll be happier. Oh, 20 is the amount of beavers I have. So that's not a 20, that's not a score. I was like, that doesn't seem like a real number. That's the number of beavers that are that have wet fur. And you can build other stuff, like there's the Lido. I'm assuming Lido, like the deck on the ship, I guess. It is like a place where the beavers go and chill in the water. Like a little deck. But I need more science for that. So. Because first I have to unlock platforms, which is 100 science. 100. Eventually that just goes by really fast, but at the early game it's really annoying. Because everything takes a lot of science. And there's districts and all kinds of... This game is not like the most complex thing in the world, but it is not the least complex thing in the world. There's a bunch of stuff that I have really not gotten into. Like decoration. Oh, I guess you can build roofs? Oh man, I didn't know that. There's all kinds of stuff you can do for these beavers. This game's crazy. I love this game. I'm not being paid for this. That doesn't really feel necessary to say, but it is. I am not being paid to prioritize this game. I just think it's really good. And it comes out for real in a couple weeks, so everyone should buy it. It was like 30 bucks, I think. I don't know. I love it. I'm excited. I'm obsessed with my boys here in Beverly Hills. They are beaving. They are beaving away. Building more showers. So that all of them can have wet fur and they can be so happy. They can be so well. Their well can be being. They do want more types of food. That's what I've learned, is they have to have a variety of food. Which is, hey, where are you going? What are you doing? What are you doing, Pickle? What are you doing, Pickle? The variety of food is fair. Yeah, I just got to remember to actually build them a variety of food. That's the trick. Stop! Stop trying to find the one place in the room you can't go. So, okay, what now? What now? What now? Oh, I'm still waiting on them to build that platform. All right. So I got 13 empty beds, which means I don't need more housing. I have 3 beavers that don't have jobs, which means I need more jobs for the beeves. So I'm going to turn this back on and let this guy get these 3 little trees here to start with. And then I'm actually going to build a second one over here. These don't have any kind of like costs associated with them. So they're just kind of free. Because it's the first thing in the game that you have to buy to like get it to even work. So we're also just going to go ahead and put in a second sawmill. And I'm going to fast forward through the night. Do I need a second sawmill right now? No. I don't have enough trees for that yet, but I might as well get it taken care of. Ah, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Now we're into the game. In 3 days, there will be a drought. In 3 days, there will be a drought. So the first drought shouldn't be too bad. I have the capacity for 30. These hold 90. And then this guy holds 15. That doesn't add up. Hold on. Where are you getting 209 water? Where are you getting that much water? Huh? Huh? Alright. Anyway, I'm going to build one more of those. Just for good measure. Just for good measure. The drought is coming, and I don't think it'll get built before the drought even happens. But now that we're in it, that stuff's going to keep happening more often. And water is the chief concern. Because if water goes away, all of this goes away. And the water will stop coming. Not forever, but, you know, for the immediacy. And so, like, you know, there's spots that are obviously designed, you know, for you to put more water coming down. Like, I can easily come up here in the future and build a, like, cut a little hole here, and then that'll drain water down into this thing, and then you attack from the other end, and it'll, you know, if you raise the water up here, you can make it come into there, and there's ways to get around this. You know, turn this into a little lake, and that's the plans here. But currently, we just got to survive this here drought. That's the chief concern, is survive the drought. Which shouldn't be too hard, you know. The beavers are in good shape. Beaverly Hills is in good shape, okay? We got plenty of water for the moment. We'll lose out on power for a couple days, but that's okay. Not the end of the world, by any means. Drought's not too bad. Bad tide worse than drought, but drought not too bad. But in the meantime, the beavers are going to keep building. And building and building. I think it's interesting they decided to build... Oh, I prioritized this. Never mind. I do really like the ability to prioritize which things I want built, because I like to lay down a bunch of stuff at one time. and then just like kind of pick my order. It's easy for me to plan stuff out like that. It is taking this guy a while to get this log, though. All right, once they're done with this, they're going to start filling this up with water. Well, once I earmark it for water, they'll start filling it up with water. And my birch trees should be done in a couple days. Which is good. So we're cooking. We're cooking with logs. We're doing good. We got 21 beavers, which is more than 12, more than the 12 I started with. So we're cooking. One beaver does not have a job. Which is okay. I don't think I have a job for you right now, but you can work at the newly constructed sawmill. Rate my heckling skills on a scale of 0 to 20 beavers. Now, I asked some friends of mine to come into this chat and heckle me tonight. And they're not doing a great job of heckling. I do not feel particularly heckled. If anything, I feel supported and loved, which is whack. I do have almonds, though. Like I said, girl dinner. Okay. Do I need to build more warehouse space? Yes, I do. That is what I need to do. Okay. So, how are we doing on science? Not great. Not great. Not up to 100 science. I need 100 science so I can unlock platforms. So that I can build stuff up here. But we're at 67 science, so it's not too bad. That'll come in due time. But in the meantime, I should probably get a second carrot warehouse going somewhere. Or I should change the crop. I'm going to start by changing the crop. I can't do that until they pay that. Okay. We'll figure that out later. Probably put some crop over here. Actually, you know what? Oh, shoot. I am speeding through the day here. Go ahead and put a second farmhouse over here. Yeah, right here. Let's go there. And then we're going to plant a little bit of potato right here. A little bit of potato right there. And then a little bit of sunflower right here. And then a little bit of wheat right there. And let's see how that goes for the moment. Let's see how that goes for the moment. Gonna have to get some more warehouses cooking at some point, but I need science points so I can get platforms. But I am going to go ahead and stick these there and there. And I'll build another set right there. Okay? Okay. Great. This one's going to go to carrots. This one's going to go to not grilled potatoes, regular potatoes. Regular potatoes. There we go. And then this one's going to go to wheat. And this one's going to go to sunflower seeds, wherever they are. Why can I not find sunflower seeds? Chat. Am I stupid? Right there. I am stupid. Actually, you know what? We need a second berries one. We're going to have to build even more warehouses. Okay. That's fine. Fine. We'll take care of this in due course. I dropped an almond. Whoop. All right. I'll tell you what, the beeves are going to start having a conniption here in a minute because I can't reach this. Which, like, trust me, beeves, I want you to reach it as well. Oops. Chat, don't mind me kicking stuff on the bottom of my desk. Just go ahead and ignore me. All right. Put a stair there. And I need 4 more science so I can unlock a platform, and then we are in business. Now, plenty of stuff for the bees to do. Right up until that drought hits. Now, you know, I should put a pile over here for the purposes of... Why is this freaking tree? Whatever. I'll do that later. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's almost nighttime. It's almost drought time. It's almost drought time. And as soon as the drought hits, the water goes away forever. There will be no more water. And by forever, I mean for the length of the drought, which is usually like a couple days. It progresses over time, and I'm on easy difficulty, so it doesn't take that long. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. The dawn of day 18 here in Beverly Hills. And the beavers return to work. Some of them to build the efficient farmhouse, which will be their new jobs, their new employment. And some of them are heading to build the medium warehouse, which will house... Wait. I couldn't remember which one it was. Some of them are going to build this staircase. Oh, do I have science points? Yes, I do. I have enough science points to build a platform. There we go. Unlock the platform. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is put platforms here and here and here and here and here and here. Eventually. I don't need this one right here yet, actually. But that was hasty. That's fine. Okay, and then I gotta put paths on top of all of them, because otherwise the beavers lose their minds, because, say it with me, chat, the beavers are very particular about their paths. And then I gotta connect this stair to a path, so the beavs can get... What is going on? There's a berry in the way. Freaking berry. It's a freaking berry in the way. Which means I gotta mark resource for demolition. And then the beavers will come take that berry patch out. And then I don't have to deal with it anymore. And I can put a path there so that the beavers can walk to the warehouse. Because they're very particular about their paths and can't just walk around the berries. Except when they choose to walk around the berries. All right, it might be time to close that window here, chat. I might have to get up and do that here in a minute because it's getting a little cold in this room. But there's about to be a drought, and hopefully my farms can survive the drought. We shall see. They got plenty of water. I don't know that that's how that works for some reason, but they got plenty of water. And they've got a warehouse that no one knows how to get to. So let me go ahead and prioritize these platforms. Let's go ahead and prioritize these platforms. And do that. And then they'll build those. Look at them. Just beaving along. Is it telling me I can't delete this because they can't reach it? That's garbage. Ooh, wait, what does this button do? Ooh, that's cool. It tells me how much of all the resources in there. That's fun. I didn't know it could do that. Neat. I love this game. All right. So the drought arrives tomorrow morning. It shouldn't be too devastating. Hopefully. It might kill some of my crops. That's for sure. That could happen. But there's not much I can do about that for the moment. Because I don't have advanced water management capabilities at the moment. So, got to deal with what we've got here on the ground, which is hope, prayer, the assumption that the beeves will survive. They might not. They might all die. They won't. But they could. Who's building what right now? Is anybody building anything? Oh, they're building the platforms. That's what they're doing. They're always building something. Always building something. All right, let's speed through this night. All right. All right, it's the morning. Well, it's about to be morning. It's about to be the morning of the drought. The first drought. There will be many before I'm done with this game. The morning of the first drought. There's going to be a nice little pop-up here telling me there's a drought. Drought started. There we go. And as you can see, the water vanishes. It just stops. The trees get angry immediately. And everything dies. Well, it doesn't die. It will die eventually. If it doesn't have water long enough, everything will die. But the power runs out, and then this water just kind of vibes here for a second because it takes a little while to drain out. Which is nice. It does give you a little bit of a reprieve, and this is a short drought. It's only going to last one full day, so that's nice. Just to get you used to the idea of a drought, But my beavers have plenty of water, so they shan't perish. But the crops will get angry. This little bit dried up pretty quick. And there goes the rest of the river. And I have no power. And I have no water. And my beeves are sad. And all their crops turn brown and get depressing. And no new planks can be made. And it's a day of sadness and mourning in Beverly Hills. No showers can be taken. No crops can be grown. No planks can be made. These blueberries can be picked, theoretically. You're looking for a new spot to plant trees in. But you can't plant trees because there's no water over there. Plant some new trees there. And soon the drought will be over, and the beeves will be safe again. Hopefully none of them die. In the future, some of them will. The droughts get worse, the bad tides get worse. But for now, the beevesness as usual. So what I can do is create a dam down here to start with that'll prevent some of the water from getting away. And eventually you start to find ways to further irrigate the map. And then, yeah, ways to kind of create some sort of artificial lake type situations in order to protect your city from these droughts. Because these will keep happening. Every cycle ends in either a drought or a bad tide. And I'm assuming there's probably more consequences to come in the future. Currently, it's those two. And a bad tide is when all of the water is replaced with bad water. These plants are just dry and sad. Some of these don't last very long. Like the carrots don't last very long. The potatoes really don't last very long. Potatoes only survive one day in a drought. That's crazy. The wheat did die. Some of it. All of the wheat's gonna die. Great. Okay. Cool. Good to know. Good to know. The wheat cannot last one single day without water. That's nuts. All right. No more planting wheat until I get that figured out. Got it. You learn something every day. Even the days where you don't want to. All right, it's night and it's a drought. I'm going to fast forward through the night. Good job, Beverly Hills. With the exception of your wheat, you largely survived. I'm going to go ahead and clear this planting area of wheat. Oh, there we go. Grow something else. Probably honest, just more taters. There we go. That'll help. And now the water should come rushing back and everything will be great. Takes a second, but there it is. There's the water. The good water. Come on, water. There we go. And just like that, it all begins again. Erlo died of old age. Razin died of old age. You know, my beavers are fed. They're watered for the most part. A couple of them need a shower still. We're getting there. We're getting there. Showers will come back when the water comes back. It's taken a while. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. The birch trees are growing up. Everything's getting cut down. Go ahead and cut these trees. Go ahead and cut these trees. Go ahead and cut these trees if you can find them. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we're going to have to look at planting some more trees because those are not growing fast enough. That's my number one problem right now is I don't have a ton of trees. I don't have a ton of trees. Most of them not grown. Not a ton of them going to be grown. So, might be time to look into trying to get across the river here. Use some of that planting space. And now the water's coming back. So everything should be good here shortly. They still can't get to the... Is this still not built? Guys, build faster. Also, I definitely asked you to demolish this. Do it for real. Sometimes the beeves don't listen that well. Be honest with you. Sometimes the beeves do not listen that well. We'll go to demolition priority. See if that helps. And then also construction priority for these two things. Sometimes the beeves don't listen. Okay, so some of my potatoes died. Just a couple of them. Maybe all of them? I don't know. They've been replaced. Whatever. Some of my potatoes died. All of my wheat died. None of my trees died. None of my berries died. My carrots didn't die. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. All right. All right. Build a flag up here. Go ahead and get... You know what? I'm just going to delete this one because it doesn't need to be there anymore. Build one up here to grab these trees. There we go. So many trees is really the thing. Is like you need so many trees to sustain this kind of thing. And then different kinds of trees, and you know, some of them got sap and some of them got syrup, and it's all kind of stuff. I really need them to just delete this blueberry bush. I don't understand what's going on here. Do I need to like connect the path further so you can reach it? Apparently I needed to do that. All right, cool. Great. Thank you, Beeves. You guys make so much sense. All right. Go to sleep, Beeves. See you in the morning. Do I currently have any construction projects happening? I don't think so. Shelter. But I have plenty of beds. Okay. Plenty of beds. Plenty of beds for plenty of beavers. So that's sunflower seeds. Okay, okay. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Put platforms all in through here. Create a little beaver apartment complex thing for these guys. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Oh my god, this placement system can be infuriating sometimes. It's like quite intuitive, but also quite annoying. At the same time, al mismo vez. And then they're gonna build up there. I'm gonna put some rooftop terraces onto these houses. For my beeves. Because they like it when you put stuff around for them. They enjoy having little beaver spaces to go to. Which is fair. You know what? I can unlock the medical bed. That sounds like a good idea. Put one of those up here. Put two of them up here. Why not? Screw it. All right. Now they got some construction projects again. Okay. Logs still appears to be the limiting factor for the most part. Which is not ideal, but it just means I need to create more log production, and I don't have a major issue in the supply chain at the moment because the issue's at the bottom, which is fine. All is well. All is well. My beeves are beavin'. My beeves are beavin'. All right. What do you guys need right now? Still just wet fur. And shelter. Why? What is going on with shelter here? I don't understand that. They want more food, different kinds of food. They need more wet fur. How much is the lead up? 250 sign. Good lord. Okay, let's go. Just build you some more showers. I think that's the trick here. Could I put them somewhere else? Yeah, probably. But like, why? Why bother? Put them right here, actually. Lido. All right. 6 showers for 26 beeves should be plenty. All right, I got 2 vacancies and not enough beeves. So that's a good position to be in. I need them to make more beeves. Oh, this beaver's injured. And getting their teeth fixed. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Fixing his teeth. Chat, what's everybody got going on this week? Anybody do anything fun? Anybody got anything crazy? Anybody got anything they're super excited about? Anybody going on a big vacation, traveling, going somewhere crazy? I'm not. I just am wondering if anybody else is. Yeah, how it be. All right. Evening time for the beeves. The day-night cycle is a little short in this game, if I'm being completely honest with you. The day-night cycle is a little short, and I get that that's an incentive in the game because, like, there are somewhere in here. There's, like, robots. There you go. And build a bot part factory and a bot assembler. And they're little beaver bots, I think. I've never actually gotten that far in, but there's like little beaver bots that can, I think, can work like 24 hours a day instead of 18 hours a day. And they'd be beaving all night. Building stuff and all that. I guess that's good. I guess the beavers want that. I'm not really sure. It doesn't seem like the beavs would want people to come take their jobs, but I don't know. I'm not a beav. I'll build you guys a couple big houses and see if you like those better. And make more beavs. They're kind of like reproducing pretty slow in this save, and I don't 100% know what's going on there. No, not enough science points. Not enough science. Never enough science points, man. Never enough freaking science points. There's never enough science points. You know what, Ethan? That means you should build more inventors. That's what you should do. Is build more inventors. Put one right there. Put one. Man, I built that one wrong. Whatever. Mic stand! Cooperate. I guess I could build bigger science places eventually, but you need science to unlock the bigger science places, and I don't have the science to go around right now. What are you guys working on? Where are my resources being spent at the moment? Ah, building all this stuff. That's where. That's where my resources are being spent. Just go ahead and finish. Go ahead and finish these off first. Let's try that. Oh, sorry. The bees stopped beaving there for a second. I don't know what that was all about. That was weird. Where are you going, buddy? I don't love how evil the ground gets when exposed to the bad water. Like, I don't... It makes me want to get rid of it. For sure. I definitely always want to be stopping the bad water. Even when it's not possible. I don't have that capability yet. There's not... I mean, there's stuff you can do. Eventually. But not yet. Alright, my birch trees are, in fact, starting to grow and get to the point where they can be harvested. Go ahead and replant dead trees, not marked for cutting. No, never mind. That's not what I wanted. Doesn't matter. We are getting more logs, though. That's what matters. Is the birch are growing, and then more logs will be logging. That is the most important thing. All right. No more logs for this beaver. So we're going to shut his mission down for the moment. Eventually I'll be able to grow more logs over here, but currently they are this area is bad watered. So there's only so much I can do with the bad watered areas until I can get them good watered. But we're building showers. The beaver's happiness should be going up. The well-being should be going up. Rooftop terraces are going to get built. Sunflower seeds will be grown. The beaver's happiness will be through the roof here in just a moment. It's an interesting order you chose to build these in. Here. Not really sure why you would do that. Sometimes you guys make some interesting choices, beeves. All right. This is another beautiful day in Beaverton. No, not Beaverton. That's not what I called it. I thought about it. That's not what I called it. I called it Beverly Hills. Might slurp through a couple days here while they get some of this stuff done. Just to kind of speed things along. Marshall Mello died of old age. Oh no. Oh, R.I.P. Paul Rankin. Marshall Mello. Gone but not forgotten. They do be doing that. The Beavers do be doing that. Currently, I'm unsatisfied with the birth rate of these beavers, though. I do need them to be cooking up some more beeves, which is what I'm hopefully going for here. By bringing their happiness up and making them want to be more beavy. Although they're using more water for no reason. And why is nobody collecting these birches? Is there not a flag that can get them? No, there is. Weird. Okay. Well. They got some sunflower seeds. They're happy about that. And so am I. Happy about anything that makes the beeves happy. All right. Look at them harvesting the sunflowers. How are we doing over here? All right, need more carrot storage once again. That's what I'm learning. Go ahead and put an extra set of carrot stuff in here. Go ahead and mark that for deletion. Just means they'll eventually cut it down. And it's probably going to yell at me about being unable to reach it. We'll find out. I accidentally paused the game. Whoops. That happens. Storage, medium warehouse. Put that there. And go ahead and select that for use with carrots. So, how's it going over here? You guys have not started building most of these yet. But we've got one rooftop terrace, and they're happy about it. And now the fire's lit. We'll go ahead and... Okay, they're up to an 8. An 8 of happiness. Gotta get to 15 to unlock the second kind of teeth. Or whatever. The world may never know. Alright. And they're going about their jobs every single day. They just be working hard. Working hard or hardly working, am I right? Beaving hard or hardly beaving? How's my power doing? Yeah, doing great. Power's doing great. No big deal. I do need them to hurry up with these things, though. Ah, it's the logs. It's still the logs. That's the problem. There are not enough logs. And the birch trees are not quite grown yet, is what I'm learning. So, gotta get the birch trees to grow faster. Need a bridge, really. Need to build a bridge. How much science do I need to build a bridge? Bridges is going to be path and structures. I mean, a bunch of science. That's true. I guess I could do platforms. Get over there. That's not the end of the world. Looks kind of stupid, but whatever. Might be the best way to do it. I need access to more fertile farmland. And more trees. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's build platforms for now. See how this goes. All right. Well, that's going to take them a while. So they're almost done over here, which is great. Not too much longer before it's going to be time for me to go for tonight, but I do think I'm going to be back on here. Maybe not doing this tomorrow, but I'm going to be doing something tomorrow. I think. Maybe get some more different people involved. But I am going to be playing this game for a while. I really enjoy this one, and I think I could go a long way with it. Once I get more familiar with talking about it and talking on these things. And less frightened overall. Not that I'm frightened. Anyway, this is my beaver game. I like this game a lot. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I was going to unlock something. What was I going to unlock? I don't know. What was I going to unlock? I don't remember. Houses? Ah, that was it. Yeah. The double lodge. Yeah. Pulling them right there. And right there. And right there and right there. All right. And then they need platforms. And staircase. And then we'll put path on all of this. And then that can... Which one is the door? The right side. Okay. That needs to be there then. Cool. Those will get built. And hopefully that will convince the beavers to get freaky with it and produce more beavers at a faster rate. I've never had this problem before. These guys are beaving along nice and slow. All right. Yeah, we're getting to build a tiny little metropolis here. Isn't it great? Don't we just love this? Aren't they so cute? Absolutely. Oh, hang on. Hey, give me 30 seconds, Chad. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, team. There was some kind of noise. Some clatter arose. So I left the bees working on some stuff. Figure out what it was. I don't have a clue. Couldn't tell you. Excuse me. So if you see like a demon walk through that door, let me know. But yeah, so I'm gonna hang out here a little bit longer and get a couple more things done, and then I think tomorrow I'm gonna play some Zelda, some old school Zelda, for a project I'm working on. Do some batch recording while on live for a project. So you guys can be part of that. But for the moment, I'm gonna finish up some stuff with the beeves here. I'll be back with this game at some point. And, you know, get a little more pro on these streams. Figure some stuff out and get some emotes. I'm good with, I got good graphics and stuff. I figure all this out. I don't have a clue what I'm doing, but I'm going to have fun with it. I need a hobby that doesn't involve my left hand that much, because I hurt my left hand doing some stuff. That sounded more suspicious than I meant it to. I don't have any, I said doing some stuff because I don't actually have a clue how I hurt my hand. But I can't play guitar or anything like that, so I've been gaming a bunch, and I was like, you know what? I have copious amounts of time off because my wife works nights, and so like she's at work the next 4 nights, and I'm just at home by myself in this big house doing nothing, and now I don't have the Olympics anymore, so I decided I was going to stream. Gooey Chewy asks, original Zelda. Sort of, not original. I'm actually going for one of the Game Boy Advanced games. But I'm going to make some YouTube videos about beating games that drove me absolutely insane when I was a child. And so I'm going to play The Legend of Zelda Oracle of the Seasons for the Game Boy... Sorry, not Advanced. Game Boy Color. Legend of Zelda Oracle of the Seasons, which is a game that beat me back in the day that I was unable to beat. So I'm going to play that game and do something with it on this channel. So you'll be able to see all that. And that's what I'm going to do, I think, tomorrow night, is work on some of that, so. But at some point, my friend Mose is going to stream this game with me and come on here and join this. So I'll be back with this game at some point. I ran out of drank. I did not quite prepare enough drank for the length of the stream, unfortunately. All right. Beavers, I need you to finish these things that you're working on before I log off for tonight. I don't want to leave my town in a state of unconstructed stuff. But that might require zooming through a couple days because I need some logs here. So. Oh, there we go. I can connect this now, too. The Oracle games you never got too far into. So those games, and here's my thesis here. I genuinely think those games were impossible. Like, I genuinely think those games were impossible. I think they were a scam put on by Nintendo in order to sell strategy guides. Because, like, I remember those games being like I had to look up the puzzle. Oh my god, this mic stand is getting replaced by tomorrow is what it's doing. I'm gonna put the crappy one but doesn't do this on. But I think the Oracle games were a ploy set up by Brady Games to sell strategy guides. And I feel like that because there was no possible way that you could have figured those puzzles out. And so I'm going to kind of prove that of like, I'm going to go through and play Oracle of the Seasons like on stream and hopefully get the help in real time of like people and try to figure the puzzles out. The ones I couldn't figure out when I was 8. And see if, you know, I was just a really dumb 8-year-old, which I don't think I was, but to see if I was a dumb 8-year-old or if that game was really, really, truly as impossible as I think it was. But I'm going to make some videos about it. So I'm going to do the recording on not Twitch, on live here. So that's my plan, is to get that rolling and get a new mic stand that works. Again, I paid $100 for this thing from Blue. Don't buy any products from Blue, except for their really nice microphones. I guess Yetis are fine, but whatever. This thing sucks. this blue cloud lifter or whatever it's called. I don't know what it is. The mic stand. The mic stand sucks. It like doesn't want to hold the mic up and also only wants to hold the mic up. Like, make up your mind. Ooh, the beeves are getting close to getting this done. Ooh, they're at 9 happiness too. They're super happy. We got 32 beeves and only 1 extra bed now. We're getting there. We're getting there. The beeves are getting there. We're gonna do it. We're doing it. We're doing it. We are cooking with logs. Well, we'll be cooking with logs once I get more logs. I guess I really ought to prioritize building these so that we can get access to these logs. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Also, I apologize if y'all have been able to hear my squeaky mic mouse. Not mic, mouse all night. I hate this mouse. But I cannot get my good one to hook up. So I didn't work that out until too late before the stream. What are we working on here? You need logs. All of you need logs and planks. I really thought these birch trees were grown like 4 days ago. I would love if these came with like a... Oh, they're just not marked. Oh, they're just not marked. Okay, okay. I'm just dumb. I just didn't actually mark them. I could not figure out what's going on. I just didn't mark them. I'm just stupid. Thought I was losing my sight and losing my mind. Well, that'll help. That'll give me some extra couple 2, 3 things. Because I need more beds for more beeves. I only got 1 extra bed. Oh, hey, it's the Irish royalty. I'm probably not going to be too much longer there, but for the moment, I'm still here. But you can watch the VOD will be there. It's a whole thing. I'm just hanging out. And I'll be on tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. Maybe a day after that. I don't know. In the future, for sure. I don't know if I'm going to stream every day this week. I do have other things to do, but I might. We'll see. Now cut these trees down, beavers. I really need you guys to do that. Like, desperately. The carrots thing's already full again. The berries things are full again. Okay. And the water is not. Interesting. All right. We're getting somewhere. Gonna go ahead and mark resource for deletion so that we can get a path and a lumberjack flag built over here. I need that to go away before I put a path there. Prioritize that. All right. We're getting somewhere. There we go. Thank you, Beaver, for deleting this. Getting rid of that tree. Well, Irish royalty, I'm glad I could have you here. Glad you can make it. Thanks for coming out. You know, thanks for vibing with me here in my silly beaver game. I absolutely love this game. All right. And let me just mark these for cutting. Let me just mark these for cutting. It would be great if I could actually select the tool. Oh no, their happiness went down. It went down. No. No, how did it go down? It was a 9. It's crazy. How are you less happy? Oh, some of you died. All right, this is mad because it can't be connected. That's fine. The connection will be built. Especially now that I can access more trees over here. And more place to plant trees. And eventually I'll make this a new district or something like that. And then I'm going to build a second lumberjack flag right here. Well, can I not do that? Can I actually not do that? What? What? Do I have to get a beaver to take this stump away? That's stupid. Get out of here, stump. I don't need a stump. What am I going to do with a stump? Get rid of this stump. Come on, guys. Get the right order. Come on. Build the stuff. It took him way too long to knock that stump out. My lord. All right, now they will get to taking these trees out. And we can get cooking on some stuff. Building some new beaver houses. Well, building the path to get into some new beaver houses. Prioritize that. Prioritize that. Prioritize that. Prioritize that. And that. And that. And that'll get done. And then we can make new beeves. Hopefully. My number's dropping. We're dying of old age. Normally, I do not have a population this unwilling to expand. This is interesting. I don't know what I'm doing different. I've only played this game a couple times. Like, started a couple different societies, but like this is weird. This one's being weird. Bizarre. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out for sure. Oh, there's another drought coming. Oh no. Okay. I'll get through that drought and then I will log off for the night. That's what I'll do. Unless this stuff is not done being built, which it should be. It should be. As long as I can get enough logs, it should be. Should be fine. Should be fine. Just building this stuff so more beavers can move in and make more beaver babies. Because that's what I need them to do so that they can provide me with a workforce. Because that's how this game works. I got plenty of beds now. They can't say I don't. Can't say I don't have a place to live. don't quite have enough jobs yet, but we'll figure that out. That one's name is Jarmazax. These are funny names they come up with for these beavers. This one's name is Jarmazax, and Zolria, and Jovnico. Jovnico. I hope my potatoes don't die again. That would suck. I didn't like it when the potatoes died. I need to build a new potato warehouse. What I need to do. I need to turn this wheat warehouse into a potato warehouse. That's what I need to do. Because I don't have any wheat right now because it dies too freaking fast. When there's a drought, the wheat dies immediately. Oh, you can name them. I can name as many of them as you want, Justin. Let's go with Justin. And also Justin. And we'll go with Just. I can't believe Barnabas is still alive. And we'll go with Justin. There, that's a few. Some of those guys will die. My happiness keeps going down. Oh, no, it went back up. Okay. I got 40 beeves now. There's lots of beaver babies, which is good, The beavers are having beaver babies. It means they understand the colony needs to grow. It's what I needed them to do. Got 17 empty beds, which means I need 17 new beeves in a hurry. Okay, we got logs. Hey, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. We got plenty of logs. Hey, for once. For once. Planks are not the problem. I can build a storage place for planks, actually. Let's go with planks here. Prioritize that. I might not even need to prioritize. I don't actually know if anything's being built right now. It's not. Just that. Just that. Need a place to store the planks. Got to back up in the supply chain. Got to back up in the supply chain. Can't have that. Got to have a place to put the resources. Like currently, I can't farm any more berries, which is okay. No wood there. I could, does the forester reach up here, is the question. Does the forester reach up here? Where's this guy? There's the forester. Not quite. Okay. We'll figure that out later. I'm going to need a forester over here is what I'm going to need to do. That's a problem for another stream. I'm going to let them finish clearing that out yet first. All right. Drought day incoming. And no more planks are going to get made tomorrow because it's a friggin' drought. Great. Great. Love it. Absolutely love it. Nope, that was too soon. Just got to suffer through the drought. Just got to suffer. Just got to freaking suffer. Maybe I'll log on tomorrow and play freaking Balatro. I haven't done that in forever. Drought day. Okay, it's only a single day again. Hasn't gotten bad yet. Hasn't gotten bad yet, folks. It's going to get worse eventually. The droughts will get longer. They will get more severe. About to run out of power. Yep, there it goes. There goes the power. Hey, there goes the power team. Gone. No more planks to be made. All right. See what starts dying. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so the... What is this? Dies in 1.0 days. The taters should be fine. Okay. Well, you might die. I should plant this stuff differently in the future. Because I've got this little handy-dandy inlet here. Everything gets so brown. I hate the drought season. Not as much as the bad tide. The bad tide's worse than the drought. You guys will see the bad tide eventually. But it annoys me that this water, they don't use it to they don't use it to feed the crops at all. Like I don't know how to make them do that. There's no irrigation in this game at the moment. I don't really know how that would happen, but there's not really irrigation. I got a lot of science. Holy heck. I can unlock some stuff. Yeah, I can unlock some stuff. I can unlock some stuff. Okay, chat. Let's unlock some stuff. What do I need? Gear workshop. That would be good. Let's do that. Makes gears from planks. Start there. Gears help you build more stuff. I gotta power it now. Freak. Is this empty? Yeah, it is. Cool. Oops. At some point, I will build something else, but I forgot how power worked for a minute, so whoops. I have to go ahead and just connect these three things together there. And then I will put that pile here instead. Not too much of a waste of resources. Oopsie daisy, whoopsie madoozy. All right. Let's get the water flowing again and get that pile built. Get those things built, and then I will go ahead and log off for the evening. So, drought ended. Cycle 3 begins. Alrighty. We are cooking again. Beverly Hills back in business after another drought, which this time I don't think... No, some of the crops did in fact die. Okay. The potatoes don't love the droughts. Gotta start working on that. I can't really raise the level here without... I mean, eventually we're just going to have to go up one, but that can't be the first step. Yeah, eventually we're going to have to fully go up like a level and move everything up onto this terrace. But that can't be the first step. So what I am going to have to do is just, like, put a dam in over here, I think. Something to hold on to the water better. That's going to have to be planned. It's going to have to be planned. Because the potatoes take 6 days. And that's only like a couple runs of potatoes. Maybe 2. Not 3. Before a drought, and that sucks. Man, I produce so many carrots. I gotta get rid of some of these carrots. Build something else. Anyway, let's go ahead and just save the game. call it Beaverly Hills. Wow, it's the first time I've saved all day. Whoopsie daisy. Excellent. Maisie Patazy. What up, chat? How's it going? Anybody left? Hello, Nathan. Hello, Irish Royalty. Hello, Vin and Tor, if either of you guys are still left. Hello, anybody that's still alive. Hi, I'm Ethan, if you didn't know that. I have been your host on this stream. I have been fighting with this gosh darn mic stand all night. I haven't cussed one time, which is incredible. And anyway, this has been an absolute blast. I'm gonna be streaming for a little while, I think. Kind of enjoying doing this. So tomorrow, as I was saying, I think I'm gonna hop on and play some old school Zelda on the GBC, and I'm gonna need some help solving some puzzles. So probably 7:30, 8 o'clock EST tomorrow. Check out your sub box and hit that like button, subscribe if you're not doing that already. All the YouTube stuff, Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me tonight, and have a good one. Y'all be good. Be well and get wherever you're going safe.